Once upon a time, there lived a girl in a crystal glass ball. On the outside, people thought she had it all figured out. Good grades, clear goals, tons of fun hobbies, and love for her friends and family. But what they didn't see was the coldness and fear that lay inside the ball. Every time she made a mistake, the glass cracked just a little. A hairline fracture no one else could see, but her. But even with the fractures, she still stepped out into the world, traveling across continents, from buzzing capitals to quiet classrooms tucked in corners of the globe. She carried herself with curiosity. Yet, the glass ball came with her everywhere she went. It wasn't just a place for her. It was a state of mind. No matter how far she traveled, perfection would always echo, and new expectations would always rise. And soon, the crystal glass ball turned foggy, from breath held for too long and thoughts kept to maintain the illusion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope it wouldn't surprise you that that girl was me. And the glass ball, that was the world I built with perfectionism. Beautiful, impressive, and terrifying to live in. Perfectionism, according to Oxford Learner's Dictionary, is defined as the fact of liking to do things perfectly and not being satisfied with anything less. Perfectionism can manifest in various forms, whether it is appearance, the desire to look perfect, social, seeking approval from others, or rethinking texts and conversations, or in my case, academic perfection, like obsessing over academic performance, perfect scores, assignments, the list goes on. Never in a million years would I have thought that I would one day become a perfectionist. You see, ever since I was little, I never have expected much from myself. I was happy and fulfilled with just the pass on a quiz, and I didn't always care about homework or projects. But somehow, out of nowhere, I steered my ship into a completely different direction. I started caring more about school. Classwork, participation, exams, all was given my best attention to. It was great at first as teachers complimented my big improvements, and believe me, my parents were over the moon. However, that balanced consistency and determination to be on top of things slowly deteriorated into something darker. That aim of trying to do better or trying your best turned into trying to do perfect. So, what does it mean to do perfect? To me, you have to be flawless. I would set out really high standards that had to be met. I would consider a score that is less than 18 out of 20 a fail. And God, was I scared of failing. Every day was like walking on this tightrope, and that one wrong step would kill me. And that's not it. Sometimes I would work super hard, but still wouldn't feel like it's enough. Like when I studied more than 3 times for a quiz, which had only 10 questions. 3 times. It wasn't because I wasn't comfortable with the materials being tested, but more of me being afraid of not achieving the desired outcome, which in that case was perfection. And that initiated a whole cycle of studying and reviewing as an escape from that fear. On top of that, when I make mistakes, they will flow in and out of my mind throughout the day and every now and then lead to self-criticism. By now, you're probably thinking that I'm a psycho, and I would be lying if I didn't say the same. Here, I have a video of a hamster running on a wheel nonstop. I am that hamster. The cause of this action is the self-imposed pressure the hamster is carrying. But carrying it for too long will lead to a buildup of stress, self-doubt, low self-esteem, and eventually, at some point, burnout. It wasn't dramatic. I just crashed. Experiencing burnout was kind of numbing. I was constantly tired, experiencing headaches, struggling to concentrate, and forgetting things more often than usual. It was like I was too exhausted to even try anymore, so I stopped. Has anyone here ever felt like that? Like the atoms in your body are crumbling down and you can start to feel yourself losing control? Because if you have, then you're not alone. Believe it or not, According to the American Psychological Association, perfectionism affects an estimated 25 to 30% of children and adolescents worldwide, meaning 1 in every 3 young people is quietly battling the pressure to be perfect. But sometimes it takes falling apart a little to pick yourself back up. Like this broken teacup that has been glued back together. Yes, their cracks are still visible, but every single one of these cracks is a reminder of the experiences and obstacles overcome. And with time and patience, these cracks will become marks of strength, proving that the teacup will become stronger than it ever was before. Therefore, I start small and fed in healthier mindsets. This is my list of newly adopted mindsets. 1, making mistakes is part of growing and improving. In fact, some of the most valuable lessons I've learned in my life have been extracted from the mistakes I've made. 2, perfect does not mean success. Success to me is staying true to yourself, failing, but still trying, and working hard while still finding joy in the little things along the way. 3, replace perfect with proud. I ask myself now, am I proud of the effort? Because perfectionism doesn't mean you're broken. It means you care deeply, and that is not a flaw. But caring too much about never messing up, now that can steal your joy. Today, I still try my best. If I don't get a 19 or 20 on an exam, I breathe, I laugh, and I move on. I no longer will aim for perfection, but aim for my best. I won't set impossible expectations, but achievable ones. Now I've realized that even if I don't pressure myself, I can still get good grades, simply by being a good student and giving it my best effort. Because life isn't a test you can ace. It's a messy, beautiful, imperfect journey. And if it's one thing that girl from the crystal glass ball has learned, it is to be real, not perfect. Thank you.